Legs 11.
It's 106 miles to Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
Good morning, Vietnam!
Let's get this show on the road.
Before you say anything, prepare to shut the fuck up.
Screw me. I ripped ass at the ATM.
McLovin! Nice!
I get those cues.
Sit back, relax, and enjoy Irrelevant Platitudes with your hosts, Peter Benici and Lil Dazil.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, fire!
Happy Wednesday, everyone. Welcome to episode number 8 of Irrelevant Platitudes. We are your hosts, Peter Benici and
Lil Dazil, bringing you a relevant commentary on all things dating, pop culture, and relationships. I got that completely wrong.
That's
with
right.
the
Did you
order.
see Paulie's improvised one last week?
I did. I was very
cute.
impressed. It was very
cool.
nice.
With
Give me
special
this
guest
big
Amy
ass
Wright.
smile.
Hello, Amy.
Welcome.
Hello.
I was just checking your levels. Amy's joining us on the podcast today.
Yes.
So I had Paulie last week and then Paulie the week before that. Now Ames. And actually, I spoke with the escort this week. So we've got to write questions and she will record next week.
That's exciting. Awesome.
That means we actually have to do work for once. Yeah. Please email them to relevantplatitudes@gmail.com.
I mean, I had questions as to more why you were communicating with. I'm like, I have my own questions.
Did you have that in the past? Because I would have brought it up a few weeks ago.
Did I have what in the past?
The escort. So in my single days, this lady was on Tinder.
Love learning these things.
Yeah, and then found this out later that
Lil's like
she's an escort. Yeah.
Cool.
So
did you strap it? Sorry.
Hey,
we move along.
No, we actually never met up.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Yeah.
So it's just a conversation.
You just stayed in touch, like.
Well, people usually have people on socials and then don't ever communicate, right? Yeah.
We went to this like a similar gym franchise, so we were on friends on Facebook, and then I did remember when we were struggling for guests that
that's
she's
the
an
thing.
escort. So I'm pretty excited.
It sounds. I'm
People
actually
wanna
keen
do
to
stuff,
be able to ask
and
questions too.
You've
got a
link you
podcast
the
human
sex
as well,
therapist.
right?
Yes, the sex therapist lady.
I'm keen to have that conversation. I'm very intimidated though. I've decided I think I want to study sex therapy.
I feel like that could be your career.
I used to want to be a sexologist.
Don't be intimidated.
Just people with big brains that
She's
are
a
like
boomer,
really,
I think.
Just be
big brain humans.
That's
no,
you.
I'm
when you're
no. I'm just intimidated by very
accomplished
knowledgeable
individuals.
humans.
I understand that.
Yeah.
4 to 2. Told you. Don't need to stress.
Stressing. I was just promoting.
We've got our number one
how was
promoter
your
right
week,
here.
man?
My week it's only Wednesday, but the last week or so since I last saw you.
Last week.
Well, I handed in my resignation, which I've already told you about. So that's, I guess,
That's sad or happy?
a bit sad, but it's also a bit of a happy thing. Really sad that I have to say goodbye to clients. I think that's been actually the hardest bit. It's been really, really heartbreaking.
Steal them.
You can't with
do
a
that
restraint
legally.
period.
Say that on a podcast, that would be quite bad.
And yes, which I wouldn't be doing. Legally, my contract is binded, and also I am taking time off work in that way, but I'll be doing some teaching at Deakin in the interim just to kind of get myself on my feet because I've hit burnout pretty badly. I went to Chihuahua Festival, which is where I was
Mexico,
when
Chihuahua?
I was missing the
Did you know that
time
Chihuahua
here?
is actually the place where the dog is from in Mexico?
I knew there was a place in Mexico. I didn't know that's where the dogs actually
Really?
originated.
Correct.
That's kind of cool.
There you go, dudes.
There you go. Thanks for the fun fact.
That was off the cuff. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure.
I'm going to
I'm
trust
pretty sure
you.
that's a
Sounds like
direct
yeah. It sounds like
I buy it.
half like legit enough.
I have to preface it.
But yeah, and that was a really nice festival. I ended up getting intimate with a human, so that was kind of really nice.
Well done.
And
Good job.
Thank you.
Keeping the dating podcast element of the podcast.
I know, right?
alive.
I'm maintaining its strength and integrity.
Hey, hello.
I'm keeping the relationship podcast alive.
Okay, cool. Right.
Okay?
Yeah, you've got the stability. I've got the tumultuous relationship, dating excitement because I'm still a baby. But yeah, I guess I'm seeing that person semi-casually, which is nice. And I ended up last night hanging out with some mates at a strip club and
On a Tuesday.
Don't know how that all happened. I'm an idiot and only had 2 hours sleep before going back to work to do some assessment work. So many regrets. Not regrets for the evening, but the regret on the no sleep front. So after tonight, I'm going to sleep like a fucking
Bill's
baby.
in the chat. Hey, Bill.
Hello, Bill.
You missed Bill last week.
Oh, is this old mate?
This is no. Bill is one of my friends from work.
Hello. Sorry, less exciting. That was almost rude.
I accidentally banned Bill the first time he watched my stream because his username is madwog_original.
That sounds so
So I thought it was one of the guys that I was playing with that was an asshole and like
Just being a twat.
gonna start hazing me. So I preemptively struck.
But it wasn't.
But it's Bill.
Okay,
Hi, Bill.
thanks, Bill. Thanks for joining. But yeah, how about yourself? How is your last
My
weekend?
fucking co-host didn't show up last week, so that was pretty interesting.
Look, I genuinely thought I communicated, maybe telepathically at this instance.
Yeah.
But like now you know that I won't be here this week. So
Yeah, that's why we're
I've
recording
now
early.
contributed
Yes.
where my
No,
thoughts
it's
were.
fine. Paulie stepped in and it was great. So
Yeah, and the episode I need to fully watch it, but the starting
I've
bit
got to
looks
edit that and
interesting.
get that going.
Cool.
But we have like a backlog, which is good.
Awesome.
We can get them out evenly.
You can smash them out. And other than that, how has work, life, gym, I guess relationship is here, so you can just
I can
speak
be honest
to all of
in
that.
front of her. That's fine. Like,
I would be creeping in the comments anyway.
Yeah,
Always
you'd be
watching.
lurking. Yeah, no, it's so great. I love that you do that.
I'm like, yeah, it's cool. And hearing about all those other girls, it's not hard to hear at all. It's cool, yay.
I'm not jealous.
Is that
Supporting your
hard?
dream. Go,
Like,
baby.
I've always been curious, and it's a bit awkward that I'm asking you here for details, but is it rough? Because I wanted to do this. I told you this. I wanted to do this years ago, and my partner at the time was like, "Why would you want to do that for?" Because it makes me happy and I can help people.
Totally.
How does that? But like, you've been very supportive.
I
of the whole
love
thing.
supporting your dreams and everybody's dreams. That's
Yeah.
wonderful. Is that
I
okay?
was just checking your audio again.
Is that
You're all
okay?
good. Yeah.
Yeah,
been-
no. I just see like I just think of Tom Segura and Christina, and I'm like, damn.
Yes. Your
They go
mum's house
so
is
They're
great.
much
secure as
harder.
shit.
He goes
See?
to the paint.
If you can let
She
me be
just
like
sits
him,
there.
if you can let me be like him, that would be
Should just
amazing.
Let you. I'm not the boss. But yeah.
No, because
like,
but you
it's
have
cool.
to see. Part of that dynamic duo is the fact that she lets him be an absolute pig.
He's kind of an animal. Have you seen it?
Yeah, no, I think we've watched
you've seen
a
the two
little bit
bears,
of
one
episode.
cave.
Man,
So that's
I admire
but
them.
he has one with his wife.
I know. You showed me an episode with that dick knob. Remember?
That was
Oh yeah,
just,
yeah.
that was
true.
just to trigger us and make us all angry and female.
That guy's
And it
so
worked
funny.
It did. It worked very effectively.
He was
But
awful.
we haven't even look how
we
interesting.
didn't ask
it
Amy
is.
how her week was.
Well, yeah, fill us in on how your
How
week
was
was.
your
I
week?
know how her week was.
I
That's why I
don't.
didn't ask.
Oh,
And neither does the audience.
nothing changes. Just weak. Nothing exciting.
Wow, thanks for your contribution.
Yeah,
Let's go to
thanks,
drinks.
You asked me a boring question. I can't.
Gave a boring answer.
Look,
Good.
I can't put mayo on.
On
working
small
50
talk,
to
it's fucking
60
cool.
hours.
It's cooler room talk. I get it. I don't
Yeah,
know.
true.
I hate small talk,
That's
but
it.
you know we're still covering our week, which
She's
is
a
kind of
very
part of the
busy
segment.
lady.
You are.
You know?
You're a fucking incredibly busy human. After all, your
but-
boss is.
I wear that
really,
like a badge of honor. Thanks.
Push that
When I
hard.
have my breakdown.
Drink of the week.
we want to provide the good. Thank you, sir.
So I already drank my drink, which was coffee this week. But the two lovely ladies are drinking. You got White Claw,
White Claw.
and Amy has a pink gin
Cheers.
soda. Is
Holding
it
it like
nice?
it's a fine wine.
Is it actually nice?
Yeah, well, it'll be
Can you sip it at least?
alcohol on a
Like-
Wednesday.
Yeah, one evening.
Is it too strong?
One evening.
Look, I'm just not an alcohol
Put
girl.
3 shots in there. Yeah.
Did you?
Could you hear that from there?
You weren't
the
whispering very
headphones.
fucking quietly.
That
I
was.
guess I'm just
That
so
was
used to like,
loud.
being on the
I
lookout
think
for
because you know
people
why?
putting
Because the
things in my
room's so
drink.
acoustically sound. I barely spoke.
I disagree.
I did.
I'm not going to say
Is it-
strongly because that's my line, but like, that was not a whisper. That
Maybe
was
it's
how
just
you
because I'm
speak.
so accustomed to like checking if a dude's put something in my drink that
Jesus.
it isn't what I thought.
Let's unpack that.
Tonight is going to
Maggie-
be a
That's not
great.
My friend Maggie bought me this pink
Holy
gin.
shit.
Shout out to
This
Max.
week's fucking thingo.
You
Drink
say I
spiking.
go dark early? Come
Yeah.
Soz.
I felt
love it.
terrible.
Like, well, if the drinks come from a dude, you better just double.
My
on. True things.
my first partner, Sarah.
Got an eyelash stuck in your eye?
Yeah. Did you notice? Sorry, I was like,
Did I notice? Yeah, it's not like you're just having a fucking pick and a half at your eye.
yeah, it's stuck real good. No,
Do you need help?
so what was I saying?
And I'm drunk.
An ex?
Yeah. So she was spiked.
Yeah.
She
And-
spiked, or was she doing that drunk chick thing where she's like crying and
No, so
just hit her really
Razzie
hard.
actually dropped her off, and she was vomiting for like close to 6 hours
Fuck.
straight.
That's really scary.
Well,
I've been
you could do that
spiked
with alcohol
before.
poisoning.
Yeah, that
Depends
was
on
the
how
thing.
hard you go,
But see,
though.
and I felt bad for that, but I guess you don't know.
You can just get alcohol
Um,
poisoning from being like a little drunk bitch, you know? Like,
Yeah.
that's the thing too.
It depends for sure, but I know that I've been spiked and that was definitely not pleasant. I knew that
Yours on the
something was
Turkish
wrong.
coffees, you dog. I want some.
I want a Turkish coffee.
Turkish coffee has like a thing on it.
It's delicious.
It's like a little sprinkling thing that the Turks use, and it's kind of like a little Red Bullish.
Red
Like
Bullish.
yeah, with coffee.
Like
It's
a
awesome.
guarana?
Kinda,
Like a mate.
yeah. But you see, you can't. I didn't realize you can't drink Red Bull.
Why?
Well, I mean, I can.
you just shouldn't taking stimulant meds.
No, but I mean it uses because it uses bull intestine.
It's
Gives you
is it?
what?
It uses bull intestine. So the guarana,
Yeah, no.
yeah, is a scrape from the bull
Ah.
intestine.
Well, thank you. You
Oh,
provide
that's
me
the
with
name is around.
no
How
energy.
How is that
Yeah,
essential?
you've actually said
why
like
do we
3.
need a drink with that in it? Like, get
Yeah.
with the fucking program, man.
To be fair,
I think
energy
because of
drinks
all the
don't give me
hormones,
much.
that's why they get the spike in the
Gross, though.
adrenaline. Yeah,
I don't think people drinking Red Bull have knowingly consented to having bull.
yeah.
I mean, it's the
lining.
same as lollies though. They have like gelatin, which is just like horse
Hoof.
something or other.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Like hooves.
Yep, that's it. Hooves.
Yeah, I don't want to live here anymore.
On Earth,
awful.
being alive.
That's
like,
just awful.
all right.
And segue nicely because we were having a good old chit chat, which was great. Do I usually do? What do I do? We've done the weeks. We do the TikToks, which are not TikToks now; they're just all Instagrams.
I like it.
Some of the best work.
Like my favorite noise.
PC. There we go.
Not that.
That's the one.
Roofie
That's
in
not the one we
That's
need.
for later.
That is for later.
Okay, let me adjust. Let me adjust that.
Like it, but this is what the peak male athletic
I'll put it in
form
there,
looks
so.
like, and there ain't a fucking thing you can do about it.
Damn.
See how agile
You might
he
not
is
like it, but
for a
this is
husky
That was so
bear man.
male
effortless.
athletic form looks like, and there ain't a fucking thing you can do about it.
That is peak athletic form. Like the fucking flip. It just was so slick.
Best thing about that is his hands do not leave those pockets. They are in there.
Is the best, right?
That was
Picture
impressive
of
as
nonchalance.
fuck.
So I figured what I'm going to do with the TikToks, instead of explaining them to people, because it kind of dejects a bit on the audio, I'm going to remind people when we start this segment that you can find us on YouTube.
Yes.
So obviously youtube.com and just search Irrelevant Platitudes.
Get on
And
YouTube.
you can jump on and subscribe. That would be phenomenal. And you can see our faces and me scratch my nose just then. But we'll move into the next one, which is this one. Oh, this is a...
Can confirm.
You're already pissing yourself laughing. It's already awful.
Yeah, I have to explain this one actually. As soon as I preface, I'm not going to read them out anymore because it's all text. Said sad girls give the best head because they don't care about breathing anymore.
Can confirm.
And we're approaching the boot of a car. Like, get ready.
All right. Oh, this is good.
Society.
Let me hit refresh on that. Why does it mute?
We're all a little bit different from each other, but we all still live together, you know? No discrimination. Anything like that. Don't be racist. You know, these donuts represent our
Fucking
society.
hell.
So he was looking at donuts, and I'm just going to have to explain them. And
not
then
gonna
obviously
explain.
there was all these different donuts, and next to them was a giant sack of black donuts. And I don't know why that would be funny. but,
Chocolate donuts and
telling
vanilla.
people not to be racist. This is the one that killed me,
Oh,
and it is
God.
fantastic.
He did. He actually did. He actually does.
It's amazing.
He's out.
He's got the cutest passed out face.
That
though,
is a
doesn't he?
very cute little
It's like
pet.
little boy.
proper-
A little boy passed out on Christmas.
proper KO.
Oh my god! I love the compliment.
Please reconnect your controller. That's so
Yep.
good.
Your server is experiencing a connection issue. Please restart your client launcher.
Oh, damn. Is this one good also?
Poor man.
Oh, this one's cute. This
Oh,
has no
yeah, I
audio.
saw this.
Yeah.
Poor Jared Leto is just like, what's happening? Thanks so much. Please don't touch me anymore.
The look in his eyes, like when he realizes. Adam Driver looks quite old in that clip also.
I'd fuck Adam Driver.
I could see you with Adam Driver.
Thank you.
Or the
he doesn't have enough tattoos.
The character.
Excuse me. I don't need tattoos. I just need like.
Pete Davidson says otherwise.
Oh, I'd fuck him. Yeah. I wouldn't marry him though. No, I'd also wouldn't marry Adam Driver.
That's one of my favorite expressions.
You are now rocking with mega faggot robo bitch.
That one I'm leaving for everyone to jump online and give that a view because that wasn't too bad.
It was alright.
There was
this week?
so many insults in one We insulted so many cross sections of society in just one tiny little.
But I think he's.
See, it's just all about diversity. If you're going to be racist or discriminatory, you've got to go across all.
Racism, homophobia. Was there sexism?
No, ableism.
Also, just homophobic slur that people don't like using.
Yeah.
But the gay man did that.
Which makes it awesome and funny. But
yeah, because that's right. You can play footage of someone saying the N-word that is dark. True. But I can't say it.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's about ownership as well and an empowerment. You get to be able to reclaim the terms yourself.
Appreciating the art form, which is not that.
Reclaim that.
Have you missed me?
Comedy.
It's been a good week, hasn't it?
All right.
That wasn't even a response. No. I'm hurt.
So with news this week, obviously, I'm going to shy away from the news just because obviously we know it's flooding and we know Russia's invaded Ukraine. Whilst I'm personally quite embedded in the scenario and the issue and whatnot, probably not the best.
He's literally an advisor. If anybody's watching this and just like would like the lowdown on like the entire unfolding of everything between Ukraine and Russia for like the last 7 or 8 decades, just call Nooch. Like blow by blow, he's got like stats in his head.
Me and
Jason
do
this professionally. Like
me and Jason made a separate conversation other than just a chat that we had between us, named it the War Room.
Talk about it,
and it's just about the war.
Literally, if you want to pick the head off that scab.
Oh, Bill linked something.
Yeah, climate change talk, I think.
No, outbreaks of gonorrhea are spreading rapidly through Melbourne.
Me thinking that says outbreaks of climate change.
God damn,
I can't
Bill.
see from that
Email
far
me
away.
this stuff at work. I mean, we should be working, but you send me that.
We had what was it? The syphilis outbreak recently and gonorrhea. Actually, I know 2 people who've recently had gonorrhea. Personally. Like I have friends that have been put. No, it's not about that. But they were both on antibiotics, so they're all better now. But like,
gonorrhea is an easy one to call.
How? I don't even know what it is.
I've not had gonorrhea, so
what is it?
A sexually transmitted infection. It's more.
Oh yeah, that's right. So sorry to everyone listening, Amy.
Thanks, babe.
Do you want to?
Just pumped your academic breaks.
I know you're a very, very
just kidding.
Educated young lady.
Gonorrhea is like the droopy one. I had a really cool microbiology lecturer, and she's like, "You always know it's gonorrhea when there's a drip of the."
Oh,
cool.
I've never known about that in penis owners, I suppose. But
yeah, she was a really cool, overly sexual, quite a funny lady.
It can be like a greyish, a dark greyish kind of, I guess, discharge as well for individuals that are vulva owners.
There's a lot.
Unpleasant smells, unpleasant feelings, burning.
I was actually, you know what? I think me looking at the audio was my brain just being like, get out of the conversation.
There's a few. I don't know that you've had 2 girls on the pod before.
No. Paulie was the first extra guest we've ever had. That microphone is a new addition.
But it's an old
little third wheel.
The old mic.
I am so itchy. This mosquito bite.
Speaking of just.
Oh yeah. The outbreak of malaria. But I guess we should move into the actual reason why people listen to this podcast, and that is.
And all the while, you're just really wondering, are we going to get hopped up enough to make some bad decisions? Perhaps play a little game called Just a Tip. Just for a second, just to see how it feels.
Okie dokie. How's the drink going?
I'm just over here getting spiked.
All right, so what we thought we would do this week, there is something on my lip, actually, and I don't know.
Show me.
I think it's coffee.
Can you just like...
I think it's coffee.
At the top, yeah.
Just there?
That'd be coffee.
Yeah.
Wipe your
I didn't realize
face.
coffee stains, but there you go.
That's not what got it.
My lips.
Nothing to worry about.
Anyway.
But we've cycled back to that.
Assholes. So we're going to revisit last week's topic, but I want a female spin on it. we can cover the female iteration of it first.
Yes.
But I would like to hit what we
Upon the
spoke about
misguided,
last week
yes.
from the female perspective first.
Yeah.
So
Can you give me a summary as well, previously what you
I was
guys had
about
spoken
to do
to?
that, yeah.
Amazing. Cool.
But it's good because then it becomes a to and fro and not me talking all the time, which I appreciate. Thank you.
I don't understand.
You don't understand? Okay. That's all right.
Okay.
I was just making light of the fact that we were speaking. That's all. It was nothing.
Okay.
You're okay.
Okay.
All right. So, yeah, the topic was the nice guy
Solidarity.
myth. Do nice guys finish last? And was that an excuse for guys to not necessarily try? And then we kind of forked off into if that's a big reason that a lot of dudes will be like, some guys are just good with girls and some aren't.
Mhm.
I'm a nice guy, therefore I follow all of these predefined things that nice guys are, and being good with women is not one of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that was the chat that we had.
Yes.
And then that somehow segmented into online dating
Mm-hmm.
and how that's changed the space.
Yes.
But
Which it
let's
has.
just go with the nice guy myth.
Mm-hmm.
How do you guys feel about, I guess, the appeal of quote unquote nice guys?
Ick.
That was nice.
That was fucked.
Well done.
What did you say?
Ick.
I said cuck. Sorry, guys.
Beta
Feel
ick
free
cuck.
to keep being nice.
Jesus.
That was
No,
rough.
but nice guys.
hard to
That
be-
is the emphasis. It's not nice guys, it's nice guys.
Right.
So the response is
I
appropriate.
guess what would you
in
guys
that
constitute as a nice guy then?
context. Wait,
I think that the
can you be like
definition-
more specific? Like, are we going to do
Yeah.
brackets for the nice and then separate that from I just need to clarify because I
Yeah.
don't want to misstep and
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So the context that we would be talking to it about
Mm-hmm.
is what we covered last week. So I think the common nice guy thing, the trope is like quiet.
Mhm.
And then they use the quietness as being like respectful and all
so a
that
bit
sort of shit.
simpy.
I think 100%.
Okay.
Simp level.
Yes.
And then I guess because I've been devolved from it for so long, it's hard to remember the kind of fallback on it.
Mhm.
Maybe you can jump in.
It's definitely less masculine. I know that, like, toxic masculinity, you know, like,
No.
I don't want to
Yeah.
be a proponent of that, obviously, but I feel like generally that's why they get left behind. Like, I reckon it's a little bit less assertive and aggressive and
No.
like if they're, you know,
I do.
I'm just going to be over here all respectful and not approach and just be like waiting.
So it's
for-
more passive.
Yeah.
Yeah, so to
Which
me
I'm not
that's
saying
I think that's the biggest thing is that I feel like it's used as an excuse because approaching is pretty scary.
Yeah.
I don't doubt it. Actually, that
It's
sounds
terrifying.
terrifying.
Yeah.
I didn't actually realize how much that stressed dudes out until I
It's because people don't say it.
didn't realize it was that adrenaline, like life or death thing. Like, oh my god, I'm gonna
Mm.
get rejected. My mates will see me get rejected. Like that's
There's so many things that like appear and it's
It's
great
a
you have a
lot.
photographic memory. That's like literally I remember telling you that.
yeah. And I
Um,
was like, wow.
Yeah, and there's so many more things too because then you worry about other people seeing and all this sort of shit. And,
Mm-mm.
yeah, basically just becoming a leper from going and saying hello to someone.
Can I
So
ask
that-
you?
Yeah, go on.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
The terrifying fear that dudes feel approaching chick.
Yeah.
How much of that is like based on what their mates will perceive? Or like my mates are going to give me so much shit. They're all watching me.
That's
So-
a good
They're
question.
going to see me get rejected.
For me, that came in afterwards. So all the bad stuff, and then I would get made fun of by my friends. So it's like you have
Okay.
all of the normal fears, and then that's
Plus that.
compounded by being shit
Awesome.
on by everyone around you. Yeah.
That's a lot of
Yeah.
shit to be.
So it's
shit
like
on.
the icing on the cake.
Right.
It's very Gen Z of you. The vape mid podcast.
I love it.
You do the vape nation thing. Like, what is it? The hand. They have a hand symbol.
For
There's a
vaping?
vape.
I'm not a Zoomer. I don't
off.
fucking know. God.
Okay, vape guy.
Look, I'm just going to make a statement and say that I've been smoking a lot and I just need nicotine and I can't disrespectfully affect your house. So I am not smoking. I am
I'm
simply.
surprised there's no technologies where you can smoke indoors and have like a fan that like removes it.
It like eats it.
Mm.
Eats the plume.
That would be not.
Laser
What was
term.
your question? Nice. Yes. I feel like I need to contribute a little bit on it. But
Sorry.
like kind of, I do agree a little bit with what you say, but I also disagree with some of it. So I agree with the passivity component, like that there is, I guess, this reluctance to kind of initiate, and some of that does come from rejection and fear. But I personally, I guess, find it an unattractive trope, or things that like aren't perceived as respectable, is because it's inauthentic.
What's inauthentic?
The nice guy trope. It's a
yes, right. Correct.
If it was, because I know many shy guys, more introverted guys who are quiet, who are not playing into this idea of anything. It is the ones that are sidelined in friendships, that actually aren't or haven't communicated their needs or desires for XYZ friend. Have these honing feelings, and then feel as though all of the efforts that they're putting in, they're going, oh, I'm doting on this person, doing simping behaviors, right? Like and obviously that's a nice thing to be doing, but if there is an intention of having sex involved with it, then it's not genuine. You are quite literally doing it.
I wouldn't say it's not genuine because they're attracted to them, though.
But there is a difference between being nice for the sake of getting laid versus being nice as a genuine person and authentically doing behaviors because you're a good and nice person. And so the nice guy trope plays into that.
With that, though,
that's the difference.
Yeah.
Because,
that's my
perception. But don't see these things as running in conjunction, right? So the like that, because that kind of delves into like the post-nut clarity stuff as well. So
does it?
Well, yes. Yeah. Let me explain it. So
no.
with something like that. Because of, I guess, the state that you get into when you are attracted to a girl, usually, those feelings are 100% on point of being not simpy, but like differing degrees.
Yeah.
But once you do cross that threshold of having sex with someone, it can literally be a night and day difference, and that could be perceived as being a certain way to get something from someone.
Yeah.
But there genuinely is just no attraction.
Yeah. But I think that's a difference thing, because the thing is, right, let's say that nice guy and ex-girl have sex. That ends up, the nice guy trope works. She then realizes, you know what? I'm actually not attracted to this.
Yep.
And then he flips it. It's a fuck you, you're a slut, you do this. And that's what nice guys do.
Yeah.
They flip it because they've been rejected. Yeah. And that's why the nice guy trope is fucked.
Guys
No. For the most part, at least in interactions that I've had or heard of, rejection sucks, and there's been a little bit of like resistance and shitty feelings, but it's not met with this massive fuck you.
Savage backlash.
Which is what you get with nice guys, which happens when people are overcompensating and doing all these favors pretty much to be seen as a favorable partner or sexual partner.
To score points.
Exactly. If it's genuine behavior, and let's say, because like with actual genuine nice guys, I've had sex with nice guys.
Yeah.
Like, it's nice, it's pleasant, but there's no connection. I need something else. And then it's I'm really sorry, I'm not feeling this. And it's like okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, that's fine. It was nice to kind of try it. And that is a nice person. If you are able to be met with rejection, feel sad about it. And even if it's expressed, amazing. The fact that you can communicate that as a man, incredible. But you don't need to punish someone for not feeling it back. And I also want to say that sometimes we do as rejection, because when I'm rejected, sometimes it's a very knee-jerk reaction, so I can be a bit cunty and I take it personally, but there's a difference between that and taking it to an extreme.
To be fair, it is the exact same.
And we will talk about that too. 100%,
If not 100% worse, like if there is any extreme. So I was getting to justify it before cutting me off. So if at any point a girl feels the rejection, it'll be that hard switch of you're a fucking piece of shit, you're XYZ, and the reasons will instantaneously start amounting to why this person is so fucked up and evil, and all the negative traits instantaneously come out about your personality as soon as you kind of give some sort of. Now, I'm not saying this has happened to me, it's just my observation of when someone's really into someone out, and they're usually quite drunk. And then you give them nothing.
Yeah.
It's like fucking, it's just a hailstorm of aggression and anger.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's not wife material anyway.
Yeah. And so that's the thing, I guess. Maybe it's not a nice guy thing more as maybe just a low
nice
value human thing. Because that's the thing for me, like if something's over or whatever, I would never get angry. For me, it's more a sad thing. Like it's not an angry thing. It's
but
like,
anger's
oh,
also
that's
secondary.
shit.
Yeah.
Like some people need to feel that anger first because they're not realizing that it's sadness or a different emotion, because anger comes out of boundaries being crossed or needs not being met. So that anger initially is actually quite appropriate. The way that it's expressed is differently.
Would you say appropriate though? Oh, it's probably like a normal reaction.
It's valid. It's appropriate, but it's not the way that it's expressed.
Valid to express that to another person.
The expression is not healthy.
Yeah.
That's the difference. The emotion itself is appropriate. To be angry when you're rejected is actually absolutely appropriate.
Interesting.
The expression of the anger, no. Because if you're outwardly saying you're a cunt, I hate you, X, Y, Z.
How is that a normal emotional fire to be aggressive?
Because
you don't get what you want.
When it's a matter of unmet needs, right? So naturally humans go towards secondary emotions before they go to primary. It's a survival mechanism. It's a defense mechanism. So anger comes out to protect. It's a part of that fight, flight, freeze mode and fawn mode. And so predominantly anger and aggression is protecting and defense mechanism over I'm inadequate, that I'm unlovable, that I'm unworthy, that this rejection says something about me. It's personalized. So the anger comes first because it's an unmet need without the recognition and the awareness of the emotion.
That when that happens,
yes.
it'd be like
it's the lack of emotional regulation.
So normal
and
people
insight.
would feel that, and then that wouldn't even really spike as proper anger. You'd be like, you'd have the anger or whatever because you're saying like you kind of can't avoid it type thing.
Yep.
But you wouldn't get aggressive because
no,
like, well,
and there's different levels. If you've got more testosterone,
the new brain would just be like, do this and that and this and okay, yeah.
So pretty much that, and then you need to account for hormones. So men do tend to be naturally more aggressive because of the levels of testosterone. Not all men, but I'm saying just generally because of the hormone plays.
I think that
it includes your upbringing. If you were brought up in a more violently aggressive way of coping compared to someone who's done meditation their whole life, who's going to probably react healthier? You know, it's just a matter of including those contexts, but recognizing that secondary emotions come
nice guys
first.
as sneaky aggro guys.
Yes.
Is that a thing?
They're massively repressed anger.
Okay, this
It's
is a big
massively
one.
repressed
Because me and
anger.
Paulie didn't even, we fucking have no idea. We were like, these guys are bitches that don't want to talk to people.
I think if you're describing it like as an underhanded tactic. Like, it's like, I'll just be nice and say all the right things and then get laid. And then things don't go my way and you'll start to see my true colors. That's happened to me like 50 times actually. I'm like, woo.
Up the brakes on that one there, Sparky.
Yeah. Or, yeah. I agree, it's disingenuous. Is that what you said before? Yeah. Because it's like, I'm saying all the things that they say in the movies before the lady does the thing. And then I did all the things. I earned my thing. Like, where's my... You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You don't have to put your hand
No,
up.
I do because I've interrupted 4 times now and it's been called out and I am getting insecure about it. No, it's a mediating thing. It's to help me to not interrupt.
What?
No, it's a thing. It's
Just
okay.
don't cut me off, bitch.
No, I can't help that. I'm not going to apologize for that. I'm just going to try to mediate between it. So basically, to agree with what you said, another point is that like nice guys will play into the trope of, oh, well, all girls want, and I guess heterosexually speaking, is the bad boy. And it's like, well, yeah, because they're fucking genuine about being a fucking shithead. Like if you're really going to go for the bad boy trope, they are less likely to respect you. They tell you out front, I don't want anything but casual. They're honest. They're genuine about who they are. So yes, it's more appealing. They're emotionally unavailable.
The attraction switches are completely different. And that's the thing.
But it's about the honesty as well. There are no lies.
But see them coming, yeah.
Exactly.
You're not doing anything that would solicit an attraction switch to be fired by sitting up against the wall.
Sorry.
And that was directly into the microphone.
I'm sorry.
Did you hurt yourself?
No. I just need to move my seat.
It sounded really savage. It sounded like assault.
It's guttural.
I forgot what I was going to say.
Sorry.
That's all right.
They'll assaulted us.
I'm used to it.
Sorry. I was concerned for her.
What was it about?
You were talking about nice guys versus bad boys.
Not yet, thank you.
It's okay.
The topic of conversation for the entire podcast. Right. So they weren't opening any sort of ability to show value or to elicit some sort of attraction.
There's
from
no
another person.
mislead.
You don't do anything by saying nothing and being like in the background, right? Whereas at least someone who is what do they call them? Bad
boy
boys
tropes.
I call them assholes.
Well,
they're exhibiting a personality, and they don't understand that by doing that, there are people that find that attractive. Like it's not
I think
necessarily.
they are aware of that. Actually,
What do you mean?
I think bad boys are very much aware.
No,
that
I
they put off
mean,
that.
yeah, correct. But I meant from the perspective of the nice guy.
Oh, yeah.
Who's like, X person gets all of this because they're an arsehole. No, it's because they're exhibiting some sort of personality. And by doing nothing, you're exhibiting no type of personality.
You look kind of boring, I suppose. But
You're
when you get
relying
blank
only
slate.
on your looks, and
Yeah.
statistically speaking, probably not a high percentage of them are attractive, right? So that narrows your chances even more. So it's like if you don't say anything and you just stand there, who the fuck's going to want to date you? What do you mean?
Yeah.
But it's because I guess from the male perspective of dating, you can see someone and be like, want to date that person.
I feel like they look boring and like they're not going to bring a lot. I don't know. But then does it play to those really, 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 really old school caveman like?
Of course.
It's like the display of the beautiful feathers on the peacock, and it's like, look at him, he's so assertive and like interesting and loud.
Of course, everyone wants to bang the chief.
He's the leader of men, like
Yeah, the
Everyone
whole
wants
alpha.
to bang the chief. No one wants to bang the dude that collects the grass. Like,
Yeah.
Well, evolutionary speaking, no. It
No
makes
offense
sense.
to
yeah,
landscape
it's
architects and all that sort of
evolutionary,
stuff.
caveman-y sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Although landscape gardeners who do
Well, you want to
That's
just be
proverbially
bred by
collect the
like
grass.
the person who's going to give you the best and healthiest offspring.
Yeah, exactly.
Not
That's
on
what
a
meek
biological.
and-
yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
That's so
absolutely.
interesting.
But it's always
Yeah,
good to look at it like
bioliterature
that
is
because
amazing.
then you can apply some sort of logic to
Yeah.
it on top and be like, okay, so if that's what it's like at a base, maybe make some sort of noise in the person's general direction and see what happens.
Mm.
Do you think then that that's why? So loud, alpha, confident, assertive, charismatic, bad boy, asshole catches the attention of chicks. Do you think that what did you call it? Biopsychology?
Bioevolutionary psych.
Yeah, that stuff.
I
Do
think you just
feel-
like rattled that off. She's like, she didn't know what the word was, dude.
It's kind of like, did I say something?
No,
I don't remember.
that was interesting. Do you think that stuff is also why when like women see maybe a low value dude with like a chick, they're like, oh, he's interesting now. I want
Yes.
that thing.
It's called
And same-
pre-selection.
Yeah.
So you basically
hang
have
on.
it can happen with having attractive friends as well. So if a dude is surrounded by not just attractive women, but we're talking from, I guess, a straight interaction. If they see a guy surrounded by lots of attractive women, they're like, wait, why? The curiosity
Yeah.
sparks, like, interesting.
What's he
He
doing?
mustn't be some sort of weird psychopathic angry guy. It's like a tick box.
You can also
When
do
it's-
that with
yeah.
sorry.
No.
Happens with friendship circles too. Like that's how
Yeah.
people always end up dating friends of friends and shit. 'Cause
Yeah.
You kind of the friends you hope do the weeding out of the bad traits for you.
Yeah, yeah. But it's so interesting how somewhat low value dudes who to me seem low value have all these chicks chasing them, and I'm like, it's because they're all chasing them. Because it's like I don't know, I want him because they all want him, and it's like this appeal because like
Interesting.
there's competition, and it's like high value chicks are interested in him, and so he's got something, and it elevates him in some way.
Well, it doesn't have to be looks necessarily. Like there are a lot of different things.
Well,
like,
yeah, some sort of value.
But with, I guess, are you referring to them just being a piece of shit, right?
I'm not necessarily like what the target is, but the fact that their value is drummed up by like how much interest they have around them. You know, like an average-ish looking dude with a really good-looking chick. It's like all of a sudden other chicks are like, I want to too. You know, it's that whole thing. Like, why is his? I feel like that happens a lot the other way around. It's interesting. It's like a competitive thing.
Yeah.
I sort of was interested in him, and I was like, meh. And then I saw him talking to another girl, and now I really was interested in him.
Yeah, because it's also
So
the
what
fear
you
of
want
losing
to
something as
have.
well.
Mm.
Because
true.
there's no
access to resources.
yeah
Finite.
Yeah, okay. That's interesting.
and the resistance as well. Like because it's quite easy and there's no effort to get that. Then as soon as some sort of obstacles presented in front of you, all of a sudden it gives it a value.
Yeah.
That's why they say like
Treat 'em mean, keep
something
'em
about
clean.
and like money earned and all that sort of stuff. Instead of it just being given to you because you appreciate it.
Totally.
Yeah, it has no value if it's just given to you.
True.
Yeah.
That's so true.
Even though it has a dollar value. You can ignore that, everyone. Listening at home. All right, so that will... Fuck, you smashed that
Do we
one
want to
out. There
speak
was
to
no-
the pick-me bit?
Yeah, so can you explain to me what that is?
So, a pick-me person is kind of like the inverse of the nice guy, but on the opposite side of that. So, for, I guess, females, it's just pretty much like a pitting women against women style mentality where it's but I'm better than everyone else. I'm not the bad guy. I'm the nice guy, but the equivalent of, but I would do anything for you. I would devote my life for you, and you just want to go with these girls, X, Y, Z. So very much the same thing. It's probably just a more modern term. So we've got a video to kind of describe that through the video of Grey's Anatomy. Meredith had an absolute pick-me moment. And it's also important to just highlight like all genders
God, I
have
think
these
I remember
displays.
this.
Yeah, I love this scene. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, wow, this is amazing. Like, look how deep it is. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm a
Let me
pick-me.
know if it's too
I'm a
loud.
pick-me girl. That is why I was appealed to it. Oh, you haven't heard it. Wait, pause it. You can hear it this time. You need to hear it.
I lied. I'm not out of this relationship. I'm in. I'm so in, it's humiliating because here I am begging.
Meredith,
Shut up. You say Meredith and I yell, remember?
Yeah.
Okay. Here it is. Your choice, it's simple. Her or me. And I'm sure she's really great. But Derek, I love you. In a really, really big, pretend to like your taste in music. Let you eat the last piece of cheesecake. Hold a radio over my head outside your window. Unfortunate way that makes me hate you. Love you. So pick me. Choose me. Love me. I'll be at Joe's tonight, so if you do decide to sign the papers, meet me there.
He didn't meet her, for reference. But they did get together and married and had babies.
But I still don't. So that trope is the overused word of the day. So how is that? Is that despised by women? That one?
It is to a degree because it's a comparison almost, I guess, against women. It's I'm willing to forego these things for you. I'm willing to do this because other women won't do this.
Girls do that.
I've done something like this before.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I mean,
when you really like someone.
Actually, no. What am I
there's a
saying? I
level
have
of that.
tons of not friends, but tons. I know tons of psychopathic women who've done much, much more than that.
If you, I guess the thing for
Way
me is
more.
if you're having to plead your case like that,
it's not
just
worth
think
it.
about just think about like probably aware if it's gotten to the point where you need to physically say it out loud. Like, does that ever work?
But
For me, that was like that's yuck.
Well, that's what nice
Yeah.
guys are.
Yeah,
but it's
Yeah.
like
Nice guys.
it's real. I suppose.
It
Well,
is.
that's acting, but it's
authentic in that
feel
way
very real
because
for them, and it's
yeah.
big. And I feel like watching that. So it depends on where they'd be at in their life, but they'd be like, okay, maybe someone won't ever love me as much as this. You look really into this, so I guess, okay, like that's maybe as good as
Whoa.
it gets. Like,
And
Jesus.
dudes are like, that looks easy. Then I mean, look how dedicated you are. Cool, let's do the whole. Let's
And
do
that's how
this.
settling happens. And I hate that idea because it's like you shouldn't just settle because someone's willing to give you everything if you're not willing to commit that same way back. Because
And if
I
you'd like more information, please
tons
refer
of
to
people
episode
do.
number 5.
Yeah.
Don't settle.
Yeah.
I don't know the number.
Like, admittedly, like I have been in this space. I have said these things, and it's a really horrible place to be in because you're wanting to give everything to a person who is very clearly not interested in doing that and providing that. And I think it's a level of vulnerability that can be harmful for both parties because it gives this other person this immense amount of guilt and pressure, which isn't deserved or fair. And then it also gives that person the same opportunity to kind of take advantage of that, knowing that this person is willing to do everything. And they're like, oh, well, you know what?
You're my slave.
Yeah.
A little bit. So like, you know, and I mean, it's the inverse as well for that with
Not
the
that hard.
nice guys component as well. So it's not just like that, but you know,
It's literally like
they are
That's
labels.
awful.
Yeah.
It's
That was a belly laugh.
where is it? Yeah. Because you would hear this noise internally before thinking that. You'd be like, "You're my slave." Like, yes.
It's like my life just got easier.
Yeah.
Well, the toilet's dirty, so
I mean,
joking.
personally, I
I'm
get
not saying
super
that's
uncomfortable
That's
with people
absolutely not
doing things for me. So
You do. With the Valentine's Day thing, it definitely showed that.
yeah,
She doesn't want to be surprised.
but
what's the
that's because I'm
surprise?
autistic.
It's like
What do you mean?
the world's
You don't want
biggest.
to be surprised? What do you mean?
I don't like
Contradiction.
surprises. I find that is a really discomforting thing. I don't want to be surprised. I think that
loves a good surprise on someone.
yeah, I like to give surprises because most people like surprises. I just don't. I like to be able to. If someone didn't like surprises, I wouldn't do that. I learned that the hard way when I bought. I hired out a cinema for my ex's birthday to play his favorite movie.
That's so cool.
And we
That
broke up
legit-
after that for like 2 months.
But like legitimately,
That's beautiful.
that is so fucking epic.
I know.
got excited for that.
I would. Well, it was
Yeah.
So I hired out the cinema. It was like all of my pay as well because I didn't I wasn't earning much at the time.
Of course.
And I mean, we'd had a pretty big fight, so we weren't really talking too much. And I was like, I really just want to do this. And he was like, no, I hate surprises. He went anyway. We had sex in the cinema, so that was all right.
That's how I got my money's worth.
I mean,
I love how that.
but
Like,
then we had like
you guys went to that, and I was like, you could just run up and down the aisles during the movie.
Yeah.
That'd be so
And
much
stand
fun.
on the chairs.
Oh, just the.
And sit
I mean,
wherever
we
you
did do
want.
that. We did move seats
babe.
quite a lot. So,
But I feel like
but he also wasn't appreciative of that, and that's okay. But that's not even the point of the story. The point of the story is like
disappointing.
surprises for some people, I've learnt, aren't the thing. And if I don't like them, I'd hope that someone would respect that. And now that I've learnt my lesson from that, I would not intend to do that to someone else. But if they like surprises, I'm really good at giving surprises. as well.
no. But don't you think like I have to admire people like Ellen, whatever her name is, or their character.
Yeah.
Or people like yourself or anybody who
Meredith.
can be so vulnerable and all in. And I know the headspace that somebody would be in to give
Gonna
a
say,
speech like that.
I've been in that space.
Well, it's just
yeah.
desperation, but it's like I'm going to shoot my shot because I feel this with my whole self, and I'm going to die.
You can.
I don't want
shoot
to
it.
die wondering.
But it's like a wearing,
and
just
it's like
going,
all-
yeah, it's like might as well get an
big.
answer. Like I can
Totally.
be rejected. I'm okay. I've
Totally.
accepted
Like,
that that's
so
an
be it.
option.
I admire that.
You
That's
can
like a lot
shoot
of-
that shot without going to that level of discomfort.
But that's just her way of
And that's all, look,
communicating
the
it,
way
I
that was
suppose.
communicated, not the most unhealthy way. I mean, it's a little bit over the top, and you can see the lack, like already the compromise, which shows that there would be a level of codependence. Like there's already like red flags in the commentary that's being said. But the thought of itself, right? Like you want to make sacrifices for those you love. That like it's kind of the mentality of that. Not that it's healthy or justified, but in that way it offers that, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I think true love is a level of self-sacrifice and like
Yeah, absolutely.
fuck the cheesecake and blah blah blah. Like
Yeah.
I think that was
Sorry, wait. What do you mean by fuck the cheesecake?
Well, that was a line in the thing. So it's like, you can have the last piece of the cheesecake even if I don't want it. That's
'Cause,
never
like,
happening
food's
with
big for
me.
me,
If I
you
want the
know, so,
fucking
like-
last piece of pizza, I'm having it.
that's what I mean. Like how in
Yeah.
love would you have to be like you can have the last piece of cheesecake? Like that bitch is all in. Like,
Yeah.
you should just be like ding.
I don't know, but I didn't do
seriously.
that. What I would do, I would just buy like 2 cheesecakes and I'd be
Throw
like,
money
cool.
at the problem. I love that solution.
That's not the solution. The solution is that we both get something that we like and then no one has to miss out.
True.
Not
But
money at the problem.
Moral of
I'm
the story,
poor. bitch.
being all in, and I admire somebody being so vulnerable and like all out. And I think I guess it's just like a example of somebody expressing.
But it's
that,
also
like,
more genuine in that way as well than the
It's
nice
very-
guy trope.
because it's vulnerable. Because it's like I'm gonna look like a dick saying.
Yeah, I
this,
think 'cause
but
you
have
guys
to
can
say
But
it.
it's the
understand it.
misleading underneath to start. Like it's
I-
I'm going to do nice favors for you to show you how
Look,
good of a
but-
person I could be to date. It's still misleading
Yeah.
in that undertone,
It says a lot about this.
but it's the confession and
It's the
vulnerability.
same result though in both of them, really.
No, because nice guys won't pull that, and they won't. And most women do not react as aversively in that way when they're rejected. Not all.
I was gonna say I bet
Some do.
I've had.
No, but most women will get death threats in those situations. They
Yeah.
will be threatened to have XYZ. In situations where women are doing that, for the most part, it is like, yeah, aggressive, absolutely.
Mm.
But it never ends in things like rape or death threats. And that would be the very distinct
Yeah,
difference between those people.
That's fucked.
In
of
the
course.
extremities of those
Yeah.
people, to be fair, but still, yeah.
Yeah, I guess But it's terrible regardless, right? But to the same capacity, I think because women physically aren't able to do that, it's not necessarily
Why
that it
are they
doesn't
not
feel
physically
like
able to do that? I could murder you if I wanted to.
rape. You can rape me.
I'm not saying I am going to. I'm just saying that like women are absolutely capable of doing that.
I
I don't know how he got here.
no, because I was getting to the point of the intent feels the same.
Yeah. Well, the intention is the same. The goal is the same thing. Yeah. Absolutely.
So, but I mean, the intent of their outrage feels the same. Objectively speaking,
the emotions are still
just because
putting
the capacity is different, doesn't mean that how a woman reacts compared to how a guy reacts. That I would say the aggression is there on both parts. It's more intimidating because obviously men on average tend to be bigger. But yeah, definitely like.
I think it's an individual context-based thing there.
Yes, but you could say that both ways.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Individual being applying to everyone.
But I wouldn't have that invalidate it because you could then use that reasoning for the male portion.
Well, yes, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm just saying don't invalidate it by saying that. You get what I'm saying? You're saying it's like, no, because of that.
I'm just saying individual context plays a role. That is all I'm saying.
Yeah,
I'm
but
not
do you get how if you hold a
invalidating
mirror up to that, you could use that reasoning against what you said before also?
Yeah, I'm happy to be. I'm just shining lights on all of the things.
That's why I'm saying it's delicate.
Just acknowledge where it is. Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah, so I think it feels the same way, but the capacity to actually be violent is probably different in the genders.
That's to do with socialized norms as well. But yes, I would agree.
Physical. So, I think just the capacity, like it, without splitting the Gen Z hair of it, like a guy can physically hurt someone statistically easier.
Well, you've got more testosterone. There's more muscle
100%.
that's able to be built. Yeah. So logically speaking, yes.
Yeah. So yeah, I without getting too far off track, which we already were, it feels fucked from a guy's perspective. I think it's just that aggression is yuck.
Completely.
Yeah.
And how does she react when she gets rejected? Like, is she fine or what?
I think they end up together.
They do end up together, but she like cold stones him for like stonewalls him for a bit.
Why would you ever want to get with someone that's knocked you back at some point?
Because that selfless love is like, I don't care, I'll take whatever I have to because I need this to survive. It's like that deep.
Not selfless.
You know what? I guess if you understand it's for maybe different reasons, you could probably push through that. But that's
also love can change and develop over time. And he was also going through a lot. He was still married to his ex who cheated on him, who broke his heart. He was navigating that, and then his ex came back after he just started to see Meredith.
So context is a big thing.
Context massively influences. So to be fair, I think that if someone hurts you like that, protect yourself, absolutely. But things change. Things change all the time.
The what was the thing? What are they called? What are these
Pick
people
me?
called? Yes, Pick Me Girl seems incredibly more complicated than the Quiet Guy. The Quiet Guy's just like a stealth rapist. This is like
it's a bit more nuanced than that, yeah.
Yeah, it's intense. There's a lot, and I wasn't expecting it to be that full on.
All right, where to now?
That's
the
it.
moon.
What are we at? We're at 53 minutes.
TV shows.
Oh yes, I have a great trailer this week.
I'm so sleepy.
Okay. All right, so Pam and Tommy, we've been watching this quite
here and there.
Well,
I think you've
I'm
been
fully up to date.
following it better.
I might have binged it without you. It's great. So it's the story of how their sex tape got leaked.
Oh,
and it's got Seth Rogen in
I
it.
really appreciate it, actually.
Yep.
It's really interesting. I feel like
is it a doco?
It was like a turning point for like the penny dropping, where it's like, hang on, but we were both fucking in the tape, getting massively persecuted because I'm the only vagina, but he's just getting off scot free. If anything, it's him.
I love that.
And it was like the penny dropping, being like, so I'm a slut.
Share your screen, by the way.
He's just
Thank you.
fucking on camera looking like a super cool rock star, and it's ruined my career.
Fuck. It
And
sounds
it's like
good.
the whole sexism and like slut. the
Yeah,
word slut
but
and all that
also
shit.
her shithouse acting probably ruined her career also.
Totally. But like,
Because just to I guess back that up, Who was the girl from Hunger Games? She had nudes leaked.
Katniss, Jennifer Lawrence.
Scarlett Jo had nudes
Before all
leaked.
of this.
No,
And
I
this is
know.
tape of like fucking. Like,
Yeah.
So wait, is this like a doco series, just for reference?
No, it's just like a.
Kim Kardashian started with a sex tape.
Yeah.
Know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, her
But
dad
she
was.
had social media to like.
And it was shit. Like, I agree, but it detracts away from how shit of an actress she was. She was fucking terrible.
She's pretty funny on Saturday Night
But I
Live
mean,
now.
there's lots of terrible actresses who at the time were just beautiful and interesting and like focused on. And it was like, but you did this dirty, slutty thing with your husband.
Oh, that's
which was
fucked up.
private,
Yeah.
And now everyone's like slut shaming you in like the first, I guess, major slut shaming thing. And he just apparently would get off scot free. And when the court case kind of finally comes to fruition, her name is the only thing on there, not his. And she's like, but
Can
I'm
I
not on the
watch-
tape by myself.
I really appreciate that, but can I watch the trailer to like have the same
Sure you can.
synopsis?
Hey, please.
Thank you.
Do it.
Please state your name for the record.
She's very beautiful.
Does she look like her?
Pamela
She's delightful.
Did you know anything at all about Mr. Lee before you met him?
I knew he was the drummer for Motley Crue.
Did you find him attractive?
I liked his smile. I still do.
We're so good together, Pamela.
To everlasting love.
We have recently come into possession of a piece of material.
Good actors too.
Oh, yeah, they paid big for this.
Damn, Seth Rogen got hot like that?
This is so private. It's like we're seeing something we're not supposed to be seeing.
Nobody's ever getting rich off a celebrity
mate.
sex tape.
What if we sold it someplace nobody could find us? A website.
But what site?
It's this thing on the computer. People will order the tape directly from us.
Wow, you are so hot.
What the hell is this? How many copies of this are out there? Could be dozens. Pirated copies are sprouting up all over the web. You don't seem to understand what a big deal this is.
I'm on that tape just the same as you.
But this is worse for me.
How is this worse for you?
Everyone wants me beautiful and perfect.
Is that how you feel? Like you have to please people?
It's all I do.
That looks amazing.
It's shot incredibly well.
Trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So did that like actually
It's like
like
an Ang Lee fucking show, just so you know. It's like not that, wow, that makes it look like a fucking Coen Brothers direction. But yeah, it's good. That
It's good.
Trailer's somewhat misleading, but it is a good show. Watch it.
I will. I definitely want to.
Oh, it's very good. It's very good.
Consider me sold.
But that's us for this week at almost 1 hour exactly.
Woohoo. Have fun editing.
Did you have fun
Yes.
on the podcast?
Normally I'm just lurking in the chat, sending sleazy emojis.
Yeah.
And,
I think you did great.
oh, thanks.
You did very well.
You did pretty good.
I didn't
Now
even
I'll
sleaze
say.
you that much.
Was that?
I didn't even sleaze you.
No, you don't. That was
Kept it
also
in
Given the
Pants.
content of the
another plus.
conversations tonight, I felt it was probably easy for you to
Probably.
not be a sleaze.
Yeah.
Would have been a long shot.
That's all right. Well, yeah, thank you very much, dudes. Obviously, as usual, if you haven't yet, link tr.ee/IrrPlatPod and click all of the links. So it takes you to our Instagram, takes you to our YouTube,
Spotify, Apple.
email, Spotify, Apple.
Yeah,
Sign up to all that shit.
Do the likes, subscribes, follows, all the
Yeah.
things.
And do some reviews if you got time. I know
Yeah.
they're annoying.
That would be great though.
Thank you very much. I almost hit the off button instead of the outro one.
What are you waiting for?
I'm waiting. The car's cold. The period.
Get the fuck out of here! What? Fucking warm it up. Get out of here!
All right.
You heard the man. Get out of here. Thanks for listening to Irrelevant Platitudes. Bye-bye.